Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAHAWADAH. I want to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well, in peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom. I'm the brother Yakal from Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa, Florida, coming at you with Lord willing and edifying lessons to feed the sheep who believe in the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAHAWADAH, in truth and in sincerity. Shalom to you and your families. And today's lesson is going to go into, all right, your next video can be your last video. You know, so just do the works. Because, you know, we're in a time where the Lord is getting ready to draw back his prophets. All right? The Lord is getting ready to draw back his prophets. You know, my brothers, you know, have been feeling that lately. That, you know, we're not going to be doing this for much longer. Okay, so as it stands now, while we have the time, we must do the works. All right, which leads me to the book of St. John chapter 9 and verse 4. And it reads, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. All right. He must work the works of him that sent him while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. Okay, so we're in a time where you know, this thing is about to heat up. All right, you got Donald Trump. You know, he's about to come down with it. All right, he's about to come down with that wrath, which he's already doing on the Northern Kingdom. But he's about to come down with them censorships. Okay, he said anyone who speaks on the small hats deserves death. Okay, not just speaking on them, but more so speaking against them, and that's what we're doing. Scripture says, then shall, you know, the Lord consume him with the spirit of his mouth, roughly paraphrasing, which is us. So we're consuming this man with the word of the Lord, you see. But that being said, all right, the Lord is about to draw back his men. You see, you already seen this year, okay, how quick Esau, you know, got rid of TikTok, which he gave the app back. But I really believe that's just Esau, you know, really just testing the water, seeing how quick he can get rid of these social media platforms, and you seeing how quick he can do it. All right, so, you know, just keeping that in mind, you know, we just gotta really, you know, do the works while we have the time to, man. All right, because there's gonna come a time where we can't upload videos, and you, when that scripture says having done all to stand. All right, matter of fact, let's get that. Okay. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahawah Shai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Yeah, and that's, you know, applying these scriptures to your life, you know, praying, fasting, doing what you got to do. But you also want to make sure you're doing the works. All right, you also want to make sure you're doing the works, man. Okay, having done all to stand. You don't want to be in Jacob's trouble, you know, with a fucked up conscience because you wasn't doing the work of the Lord. All right, you was bullshitting the whole time. And you want to put your hand to that plow, you got to move that plow. All right. Now, obviously, you have a pace. You know, you don't burn yourself out trying to do 20 videos a day. But the point is that you're pushing, you're being diligent in the work of the Lord. Everybody not going to do, you know, 20 videos a week. All right, but the point is that you put your hand to the plow and you push. Okay, having done all to stand. Because there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to do the work, and you want to have the conscience, like, you know, obviously we can never give the Lord, you know, enough, but you want to have the spirit of, I gave it the best I could. All right, because that famine of hearing the word is coming, man. All right, they're about to shut this thing down. Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You see? But of hearing the words of the Lord. So the Lord is going to send a famine of hearing his words. All right? A famine of hearing the words, man. Which famine means a lack of. All right? So there's going to be a lack of men teaching. All right? The true prophets, because, you know, you get answers, you're not going to find, you know, if you do find prophets, they ain't going to be the true ones. All right? They're going to tell you some bull crap. But you want to seek the Lord of the Lord now while it's time. All right? That's the point. The point is you want to seek the word of the Lord while you have time, while you have liberty today. Okay? Not only seeking the word of the Lord, but also doing, you know, not only seeking the word of the Lord, but preaching the word of the Lord. All right? While we have the time, man. Because once again, this devil is about to come down with it. And we already see him doing that. They're going to label it, you know, Trump is really, you know, he's adamant on, you know, terrorism. All right? Terrorism. And ultimately, they're trying to ultimately loop that into us. Okay? What we're doing right now is basically considered treason. Where, you know, we're ultimately preaching against the government, our own, you know, because we're in a worldly sense, we are considered U.S. citizens for the most part, most of us, or whatever you brothers are in the world. What you are doing is considered treason. All right, so they can easily link you to being, you know, the T word. All right, easily. You see, so they ultimately want to loop that back to this word, to this truth, to ultimately persecute us. Hey, which that's coming too. They're going to persecute us. Scripture says, if they have persecuted me, they will also what? Persecute you. That's the word of Yahawashi. Was Yahawashi lying? Absolutely not. You see? So with that being said, you know, you're going to need the Lord to come through for you. In the days of persecution, in the days of heaviness, you're going to need the Lord to make a way for you. And that's when the Lord going to ask you, you know, what did you do for him? You see? What did you do for me? What were you doing for me when when you had liberty? Did you give me your all? You see, scripture says, let's grab that. Let's grab it. Let's grab the book of Galatians. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, be not deceived, the Most High, Yahweh, BAHASHAM is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay? That shall he also reap. Okay? So if you haven't been sowing, you're not going to reap anything. Alright? Let's jump down to verse 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we have to be, let us not be weary in well-doing. You got to do the work. Alright? You have to do the work, man. Because in due season we will reap if we faint not. In due season the Lord is going to reward us if we faint not. And like I went into a video not too long ago about how the reward begins with the Lord delivering you throughout Jacob's trouble. Are you being under that hedge? You read Psalms 91. Okay. You dwelling in that secret place, man. And the Lord keeping you from the evils to come. Okay? You and your household. The Lord keeping you and your household from the evils. Alright? Because you did what you're supposed to do. That's what you want to reap. You don't want to reap in Jacob's trouble. You praying to the Lord and He's not answering you. You just catching, all sorts of hell. And you may still be at the elect. But you just catching hell because you was bullshitting this whole time. You don't want that, bro. Alright? You don't want that. You want the Lord to come through. Alright? You want the Lord to come through for you, man. The Lord is not mocked. Everything. Being on time to camp. Everything matters. Shit, I was meditating on that. Because, hey, not too long ago, I was late to camp. But then I was praying to the Lord for something, and the Lord waited to the last minute to come through for me. And I was like, damn, bro, the Lord is not mocked. Okay, so everything the Lord gonna give us exactly what we, give him. The Lord still came through for me. Like, I still came to camp, but like, I was late. The Lord waited, to the last minute. So that was just like a little testimony for me to you know what, damn, bro, I gotta be on time with everything, be on time for the Lord, do more for the Lord, because shit, when you call the Lord, you don't want the phone to sit there and ring. All right. We all know how that feels. It's annoying when it's a dire situation and you calling somebody and the phone's just fucking ringing, and they eventually pick up after 2, 4, 5 calls. So we want the Lord to answer on that first ring, man. So, and we got to be there for the Lord when not necessarily need us, but when he, have us doing his work right now in his grace period, laboring, okay? Because there's going to come a time where we cannot labor, brothers. It's going to come a time where we cannot do these videos. Matter of fact, the importance of the videos is what? The Lord said what? All right, grab it. This is the book of St. John, chapter 21 and verse 16. Let's start at verse 15. It says, so when they had dined, Yahawah saith unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. He saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because the Lord said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? So he like, damn, Lord, I love you. But it was a point that Yahawah was trying to get across. All right. He said, yeah, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahawah said, feed my sheep. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, in the eyes of Yahawah Shai, is that you're feeding the sheep, tending to the sheep. Okay, tending to the flock. All right. Not only feeding them, you gotta shear the wool. You gotta beware of the wolves. Okay. Taking care of the sheep, and because you want the Lord to take care of you. Because see, we're feeding the sheep, but we're also sheep ourselves. All right. I'm going to say that again. We're feeding the sheep, but we're also sheep ourselves. We have shepherds over us that's feeding us. Okay, ultimately, looking to the ultimate shepherd, which is Yahawah Shai, HaMashiach. So you want the Lord to feed us. You want the Lord to feed you, right? You the Lord's sheep. You want the Lord to feed you and take care of you. So take care of his sheep. You see? So, hey, like I said, the title of this lesson is your next video could be your last video. So just do the works. You know what I mean? Do the works, man. Be diligent. Speaking to myself first and foremost. All right? We want to be the elect. We want to make it. We got to give that diligence. So, hey, with that, I hope it was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAAHWABAN. This was the in transit Salakia for the noise. Alright. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, the teacher rule well. Until the next time I say Shalom, call my Shalom,